I often hear people such as Aaron Ra dismissing events which cannot be replicated or tested as unscientific, as if being scientific was the only thing that counts. But just because something cannot be replicated or tested does not mean it never happened, nor that it's unimportant. The trite and patronising dismissal of such incidents by many really irritates me. Of course, with any claimed incident one has to do a likelihood analysis, and we do it with every claim anyone makes. If a friend casually tells us that they had lunch at McDonald's, we accept it more or less without question because of its eminent plausibility and the low impact of it being wrong. If they said they had lunch in another country, we may be sceptical, and if they tell us that they had lunched on Jupiter, no amount of apparent evidence would convince us. As the saying goes, extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. I have an online friend who makes all manner of claims, such as the ability to tell what is on a photograph simply by running her fingers over the back. I'm extremely sceptical because there is no mechanism to my knowledge which could allow her to do that. But I'm not so arrogant as to say it's impossible. She also tells me of conversations she has had with her dead father, and I give her claims almost zero credibility. Then she claims that her daughter also spoke to him, and without comparing stories, the daughter related something that the man told her that she supposedly couldn't have known. I can think of several possible explanations, not counting willful dishonesty, and unless such incidents can be replicated under scientific conditions, it would be virtually impossible to ever trust such an account. But that still doesn't mean it never happened. It makes no difference to me if she believes it happened, so I can grant her the fantasy. However, it would radically change my worldview if it had, so I owe it to myself to recognise that plenty of things occur which are beyond the understanding of current science, and just maybe there is a genuine phenomenon at work, incredibly improbable though it may be. Is it possible that there are entirely different realms of consciousness and existence that we are unaware of? Yes, entirely possible. Even within our own frame of material existence, it's perhaps even probable that there are levels of reality beyond what we can perceive with our senses. And then holographic universe theory, quantum entanglement, and dimension theory are just some of the additional esoteric possibilities that hint at levels of reality that potentially intersect or coexist with our own. Can these be measured, quantified, replicated, or predicted? Not entirely, if at all, as of yet. Scientists tell us that we might expect to see effects of such phenomenon, but if we don't, does that mean that they don't exist? Of course not. However, it means that any interaction with them can only be theoretical. That's why the discovery of gravitational waves and the Higgs boson were so important. Both were predicted, but until they were demonstrated, they had as much weight as some bloke who claimed to see aliens. Scientific theories and models lead to predictions, and predictions, if verified, enable us to make models that have utility. I can say that the Sun has X amount of gravity and at a distance of Y it will have Z effect upon a space vehicle. Without conforming to precise, consistent and replicable scientific models, much of the technology that we depend upon would be impossible. Without a time machine, it may be impossible for someone else to confirm the precise historical science of what you did last week, or what amazing thing happened without leaving a trace. Those incidents can only be categorised as anecdotal. That doesn't mean that they didn't happen, but they would make weak legal evidence, and scientifically speaking, they're of almost no value at all. Which is not to say that you should not enjoy the memory of such events, share them with friends and family, or write about them. And the rest of us should perhaps be a little less patronising in disregarding such experiences. Just don't expect NASA to launch any billion-dollar missions based upon them. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please take the time to rate and comment, and it would mean a lot to me if you would subscribe. Thank you.